talk to the community about is to see how we can develop a specialized products out. And they are ready to support or purchasing from the community.
Special good morning to each and every one of you. His Excellence, Dr. Mohammed Griffin Ali, Senior Executive from the Government of Guyana. At this time, we stand and say our national pledge. Can we all stand and let's say the national pledge? I pledge myself to honor all the flag and to belong to my country, to be obedient to the laws of Ghana, to love my fellow citizens, and to dedicate my energy towards the happiness and prosperity of Ghana. Thank you. You can take a seat. This time I ask Brother Paul to say a prayer for us.
Shall we pray?
Father, we glory in your name today. We honor you as our King, as our Lord. And we say thanks for this day. We pray, God, that your presence may fill this place. As we come, we thank you for the opportunity or the privilege of having the president and all the delegates with us today. We pray, God, that this session will be a fruitful one for us in Santa Aratack. Lord, that we may be a people who will be united together and work for the good or the development of our country, while the government make things that are available to us. So we pray, Lord, that as we give ourselves to you afresh, we pray that you be with us and guide us through this period of time today for this meeting. In Jesus' mighty and precious name we pray. Amen.
Okay, you can. This time we can make a way for the Tushao to welcome.
Hi, good morning, residents, Santa Aratack, and the visiting team, good morning. This time, I want to welcome the President of Guyana, Dr. Mohamed Irfin Ali, the President of Guyana, and His Honorable Minister Zulkifar Mustafa of Agriculture. We have regional chairman, have other entities, forestry, Go Invest. Good morning again. And we have our own Mr. Jerry Gavayo. So, residents, I want to say welcome. Today the President is here. And you ask your question, the President is the man to answer it. Tushar is just to guide you. So, I want to say thank you for coming.
Okay, this time without any delay, we would like to invite the Honorable Minister of Agriculture to do his remark, Mr. The Honorable Zulkifar Mustafa. Give him honor as he speaks this morning.
Thank you very much, Deputy Tushau, His Excellency President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Tushau from Santa Mission, residents of Santa Mission, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me hear you, good morning. Good morning. Today should be a happy day because we have the head of state here with you. You have the highest person, or the person that holds the highest office in our land is here in your community. Let me hear your welcome. So I'm happy to be part of the President delegation to this community here this morning. And today's occasion or today's activity is nothing new for us. As a matter of fact, the President has been visiting a number of communities across our country. And when you look at the various regions, I could call it out and tell you in all the regions in our country. And when you look at the hinterland location, almost all the 243 villages, our President have visited to interact with his people to bring development to the communities across our country. And it's important. You know why it's important? Because not so long ago, many or all the communities like these and around the country were neglected. Things that were enjoyed by people in different parts of the Caribbean were taken for granted, and our community were suffering. Our community, and we knew for a fact that the last government, the first thing they did when they went into office was to dismiss and terminate the services of almost 2,000 young Armenian people in these communities. And we said when we were in opposition that we will reinstate them. And today I am happy to say that we didn't only reinstate 2,000, we have reinstated more of those young people who are now making a tremendous contribution in this community. And I can remember very, very vividly when we went to the electorate of this country. We went with a commitment, we went with a promise, we went with a list of commitments that, look, you all vote for us, you all vote for the Comrade Irfan Ali to be the president of our country, and we will deliver, and we will ensure that we deliver all those commitments. I can remember, because I was part or involved very much in planning the itinerary at that time for our presidential candidate when he was campaigning for us in the party. And this was one of the community he came, and he said that you all vote for the PPP. When I become the president, when I become your president, I will ensure I deliver to you. And today, that reality is here. He's here in your community. And that is the kind of philosophy of our party and our government. The president could have sent the regional chairman and the regional officers to listen to you and take back the information to us, or send me and our agriculture officers. But he wants to come himself. He wants to listen to you. He wants to empower you. Those are the philosophy of our party and the government. And that is what the president has been doing. Because when you look, it's between less than 4 years. Less than 4 years in government. We said in 5 years' time, we will deliver all these commitments to you. Less than 4 years. Because August the 2nd will be 4 years for us in government. We have delivered on all the commitment we have made to the people of this country. So much so that things that were taken for granted, things that were taken away from you, things that were taken away from you. For example, the cash grant today, I am happy that the president is here and he handed over the first envelope to the community here. I can remember when we started the cash grant in 2014, they said that we want people to vote for the PPP civic. We want to fool people. We want to bribe people. We started it. And when they went into government, they stopped it. And we said we will reinstate it and we'll increase it. And we have only reinstated it. We have increasing it so that every single child, be it public or private school, will be receiving $45,000 today from the government of Guyana. That is a true commitment, as the president rightly said. You live in Georgetown, you live in Santa Mission, you live in Rupununi, you live to any other part of the country. We are bringing equal opportunities to the people of our country. And when you look today, our country is moving rapidly. In every sector in our country, we are seeing development, be it the education sector, the housing and water, the infrastructural sector, the agricultural sector, and I will talk a little about agriculture just now, but I will tell you in every single sector, we have seen massive allocation, budgetary allocation, massive expenditure in these sectors. Why we are doing this? Because we want to modernize our country. We want our country to move up, to be a country that can be reckoned with. And I can tell you, when I became Minister of Agriculture in 2020 August, when we came out of government in 2015, the budgetary allocation in the agriculture sector was $18.5 billion. When we went back into government in 2020, instead of increasing it, they reduced it to $13 billion. Why? Because they never had a vision what they want, how the country can move up in agriculture. Guyana is an important country in the Caribbean. We went so low that we had lost our place in the Caribbean in terms of speaking and representing agriculture. Our place was taken by a country called St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They were talking and representing agriculture in CARICOM. But when we got into government in 2020, and with the passion that our president had, with the vision that he had, he rescued that position. And today, under our president's distinguished leadership, Guyana is a force to reckon with, and Guyana is leading once again in CARICOM and moving the agriculture sector. The president said that although we are making these allocation, budgetary allocation, and we are making investment in the traditional area like rice, sugar, fruits and vegetables. He said we must increase production in those areas, expand cultivation, but at the same time, we must go into new crops. We must reduce our dependency on imports. We must produce the commodities, the food that we are importing. So much so that we are now going into a new and diversified area in things like corn and soya. We are now producing corn and soya every single year. We are importing almost between $30 to $40 million in corn and soya. The president said we must produce it. We must be self-sufficient in producing all our livestock feed. Now in the Tacoma Savannah, we have harnessed that area. We did hundreds of kilometers of roads. We built silos. We are increasing the capacity of those silos now from 12 to 18,000 tons. We are building wharf. By the end of this year, we'll cultivate approximately 12,000 acres of corn and soya. By next year, we are hoping to increase that by 25,000 acres twice per year. And as long as we can do that, we will become self-sufficient and save approximately between 30 to 40 million US dollars. That is the kind of vision, a government with a vision, a president that has a vision. We are not going around and say that we can't do anything and everything will come from the oil and gas sector. Oil and gas are very important for us to bring in the revenue, but we are using the revenue to develop the other sector. And then you're hearing them talk about oil and gas money. Where is the oil and gas money? The oil and gas money has been used to develop the sector. The oil and gas money has been used to give the school children their cash grant. The oil and gas money has been used to develop the health sector, to improve our infrastructure, to give 28,000 persons scholarship free so that we can prepare them for the future. Those are the kind of things that we are doing, using the funds in our country. So comrades, it's important. So these communities that we are coming to, we have to be sustainable. And we have to work out a plan, as the president rightly said just now. We have to work out a long-term plan to ensure that this community become viable, that you can produce your own products. This here is situated ideally, which we can do tourism, we can do agriculture, and we can have agro-tourism develop rapidly in this community. You have an ideal community that we can harness. And we will be working with you. I know for a fact before we leave here this afternoon, we will be instructed, me and my staff will be instructed to come back here and work with you to develop plans to make your village sustainable, make your village viable, and ensure that we bring benefit to the community, bring benefit to every single household that are here. So today's visit is very, very important. Today, as I said, we as a government, we have delivered on all the commitment and promises that we have made. Today, Guyana is leading in many areas. We are leading in food security in the Caribbean. We will lead in energy, and we will lead in climate change. Today, under the distinguished leadership of our president, Guyana is taking the spotlight around the world. Not so long ago, in the last 3 months, our president was awarded the highest award from ICA for his work in agriculture and other development. And right across the world, not only in the Caribbean, in Europe, In Africa, recently, he was awarded because people recognize his leadership role, not only in Guyana, but the leadership role that he's playing around the world. People are demanding that he go and speak with them, their country, speak with different sect of the population so that he can share his ideas, what we are doing. And today, we have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. As I said, in August will be 4 years for this government. And we have seen monumental changes in every single sector. We have seen development in every single sector. We have seen our children's future is bright. In another year time from now will be 5 years. And you know what happens every 5 years? They'll come. And we'll see people who are reinventing themselves. They are reinventing themselves. The same set of people, when we had election in March of 2020, want to steal a whole country, was trying to justify the rigging of an election. The same people, when we had the no confidence motion, said 32 is more than 33. Today they want to reinvent themselves. And they want to be the prophet of hope. But we must be wary of them. We must never, ever give them a chance again what has happened in our country from 2015 to 2020. In every single sector, we have seen downturn. Our people during that period lost hope. Hopelessness prevailed our land. And we fought when we were in opposition. And we restore credibility to this country. And we must never allow them to come back and steal our dignity, steal our freedom. We must always reject them and ensure that we support progress. We as a people, we should look from where we came. From 1992 to 2015, we have seen the transformation that have taken place in our country. And then from 2015 to 2020, we have seen the stagnation that took place in our country. From 2020 August to now, we are seeing that bright future. We are seeing that hope. We are seeing a party with a president that is leading us, that is bringing all things that we want, bringing prosperity to the people of our country. And I can tell you, as the Minister of Agriculture, I've been traveling with the president to almost every area where he goes. And every single communities that he goes, people are listening, people are raising issues, and we are delivering on the commitment that we have made. So today, comrades and friends, as I know that you are eagerly awaiting the president, I want to tell you, under this government, you have a future. Under this government, there is hope. Under this government, there will always be freedom. And under this government, you and your children's future is secure. And under the leadership of His Excellency, the President, Guyana will progress and bring prosperity to every single citizen. Thank you very much.
There we have heard loud and clear. It's well said to all of us. And it's a fact that reality exists where we have seen the progress in our country for the past years. It is well said by the Minister of Agriculture Affairs. At this time, we would like to give His Excellency, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, a big hand of applause as he tells us what he has to say. Stand and give him applause.
Thank you very much. Please, thank you. Our country is a beautiful country, and Santa Aratack mission is a representation of the beauty of our country. Naturally beautiful, enormous opportunity for food production and agriculture, and people who are warm and welcoming. The people, the greatest asset of our country. And the children here are part of this great asset that must inherit a future that would give them not only prosperity, but would give them the best shot at life. all the elders here, your only intention in life is to sacrifice and work hard so they can get the best possible future. Am I not right? Today, as a government, we want to support you and support them in ensuring we build a sustainable community, one in which they can have the best possible future and realize their dreams and aspirations. That is what this government is about, fulfilling the dreams and aspirations of people, bringing hope, building in a sustainable way, building in a resilient way, opening up opportunities, working with the private sector. Very important for us. Working with the private sector. Working with you, the local leaders, residents, and partnering with the people for the development of the people. Partnership with the people is a hallmark of the People's Progressive Party civic government. And today, at this level, we are here to once again reinforce that partnership. You know, many people would say, and you had the opportunity too, to examine different leaders. Why the president would spend all this time to come to such a small community. In their head, that is how they think. But in our philosophy, no community is too small or no person is too small for the president or the government to engage. Because at the end of the day, it is our collective effort that would give Guyana the rise and bring Guyana into the place we want it to take globally. It is us collectively working together, the small and big communities, the farmers and the manufacturers, the bankers and the borrowers, the children and the teachers. It is our collective effort that would give us the results that we want to achieve. And let us not ever underestimate the potential of our collective effort. Today, as I'm here with you, I want us to have a conversation on the future of this mission, but more importantly, on the future of the creek. And when I say the future, I mean that this location, the land alongside this creek, has enormous potential, and we have to unfold that potential. We have to work on how we're going to unfold that potential. We are in close proximity to the international airport, close proximity to the city, close proximity to urban centers. We have certain distinct advantages in these locations. So today, it is not only about telling you all that we have done, because you know, from 2011 to 2020, 9 years almost, our development was stagnated. From 2011 to 2015, it was stagnated because the APNU AFC took control of the parliament and they blocked every single development that we wanted to bring to the people. So in effect, the APNU and AFC was in control of the power in this country for 10 years, from 2011 to 2020, because they used their majority to control in a negative way, because they were selfish. If they were nationalists in their thinking between 2011 and 2015, they would have supported the Amilas Falls Hydro Project, and today we would have had hydropower coming to every single community. We would not have needed the barge. But they blocked that project. if they were magnanimous, and if they were nationalists in nature, they would have supported the specialty hospital in Turkine that we had the money for, that construction started, and they blocked that specialty hospital. Today, we would have had a hospital that could have taken care of every single specialized medical need of the people of this country. That is why it's important for us to understand how critical governments are, but how critical it is to give the government enough support to have the wherewithal, to have the parliamentary majority, so that your development, your future cannot be stagnated. You have a little forestry community. You had the community forestry organization. In 2015 to 2020, when I visited, the forestry sector came to a complete stop. It halted. When we came back into government, the forestry sector did not even have money in their account to pay their staff. They could not even pay the salaries for the forestry workers. Today, with the hard work of our forestry workers and officers, and we need to applaud them because they had patience. And they work. I see how they work. I see how they work. They are the best in forest management anywhere globally, because today they have positioned our forest as a forest, not only a forest of admiration, but a forest that practices best practice, global best practice, and we can now teach the world on what best practices in forestry management is all about. And we should applaud them. Today, we have brought back viability to this sector. And we want for us to build in a sustainable way. You see our forestry officers here. They are championing your cause. Even before the meeting, Tashrif is whispering in my ear, you have potential. This community have potential. We should support them with some pieces of equipment so they can do some value added. That is the type of public service that we are proud about. People who are looking out for the community, looking out for the interests of the community. And that is what will make a difference in this country. When we have public service in which the public servants demonstrate that care and love, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, they are on the ball 24 hours every single day because they know that at any time they will get a call. And they're working. If I call DNI, Lionel and Lal from your region is here, at 3 in the morning, they would not say, give me time to get up and catch myself. They would say, Mr. President, we will meet you there. These are the silent heroes and heroines behind what is taking place in this country. The ministers. But we live in a country sometimes. You know, yesterday I was talking to a very, very senior public servant. And he was telling me, Mr. President, when you finish, I gone. I said, what you mean? You have to continue to serve. Because I will serve until I take my last breath, the people of this country. But he said to me, I do not feel as if people appreciate what we do as public servants. And that is sad. We forget easily. When we came into government, the first 2 years, we had to confront COVID. People forget that already. 2 years, we had to confront COVID. of the close to 3.75 years that we're in government, 2 years we confronted COVID. Without a hospital when we came in, although we spent $1.2 billion, we had a shell without oxygen. Dr. Frank Anthony and his team from the Ministry of Health, and we must applaud them again, worked 24 hours. And in 3 weeks, we had a COVID hospital up and running with all the facilities. People forget that. When no one was getting vaccine, we made the connections and the network. The connections and the network to get the vaccines. Remember how they abused us when we got the vaccines? But we understood that you cannot put a price tag to the life of the people of your country. We got the vaccines and we saved lives. In the last 4 years, we confronted COVID. We confronted the highest increases in fuel globally. We confronted the highest cost of shipping globally. We confronted the highest shortage of healthcare workers globally. We confronted 2 massive floods, a massive dry season. Right here, you know the fire was burning, and for the first time, we had to send our firemen and women to fight a fire in Santa Aratack mission. Never in the history. And we must put our hands together for our men and women in uniform, because they go out and they get it done. We confronted all of these things. And yet, in confronting all of it, we were able to fulfill completely all our manifesto promises to you, all our commitment to you. Not only have we fulfilled it, but we are surpassing it. I promise you. They doubted that we could ever get 50,000 house lots. They doubted that we will increase the old age pensioners to where it is. We silenced all the doubters. And they finally would get silenced when we make University of Guyana education free for all. And when your children's envelope would have the $50,000 per child in it. We're investing in our teachers because we want our teachers to be trained wherever they are. All our teachers must have the opportunity to become trained teachers. And you know your salary increase as soon as you become a trained teacher. There's a separate band. But more than that, if you're trained, we want you to become a trained graduate. From right here, you must be able to do a degree, a master's, or a PhD. And I want to tell you this. By tomorrow afternoon, 5:30, your internet will be up and running so you can study here online. For a matter of fact, by the time my boat going out back hit the front there, they must pass me coming in. Because we want our nurses, we want our technicians, we want our children to be in a continuous learning environment. And let me tell you, when I speak about e-education and e-school, a digital school, I have the proposal came in to me last night. Don't doubt it, it will be done. And why do we need it? Why do we need it? If we have the best math teacher in X school, I don't want to name a school, why mustn't that skill in that teacher be available for all the children? We can deploy that gifted skill digitally, electronically, so all our children can have access to that gifted skill. digitization, digital education, and e-education help to shorten the divide. It helped to bridge the divide so that we can have more equitable access, not to education. The school and the furniture is not education alone. They are components of the infrastructure of that education. Education also involves skill sets. Skill set among teachers, skill set among children. And we have to utilize those skill sets for all the people of our country. This brings me, and you see the National Security Advisor here, and Peter. And you will say, what Peter doing here? With the dark shades, he come lineman. But I want my investment chief to understand the lay of the country. I want him to understand the potential of small communities, the vision and opportunities in small community, because we're going to revolutionize things in small communities. We're going to deploy technology, human assets, and brain power to build competitiveness in small communities. And this plan that we are deploying is going to be a master plan. The vision and ideas that we will seed here would start bearing the fruit in 2 years, 2.5 years from now. And with your support, next year, in a bigger way, we will be here again celebrating what? Celebrating the fruits of thy labor. We'll be celebrating the fruits of thy labor. Labor hard, toil hard, and enjoy the shade of glory. What that means is very simple. Young children, you see a mango tree, big, blossoming, the ripened fruit falling in your hands. It was not automatic. Someone planted it years ago. But we sit under it and we enjoy the shade and the fruit. Let us today plant the seed of a resilient, strong, and sustainable future for this community. In 3 years, between the trees, between the 500 coconut trees that we will plant and the more than 200 citrus plants that we will plant, I want to see eco-lodges. I don't want to see, in the next 3 years, boat coming in with frozen chicken. I don't want to see eggs coming in. I want to see chicken going out, eggs going out, citrus going out, dry coconut going out. I don't want to see an empty showcase. I want to see the best packaged honey available here, so when the tourists come, all of them can go back with 2 bottles of honey. And we're not talking it, we're doing it. Because today, you will form yourself into a committee, and we are going to give you 25 hives, and we're going to train you and give you the equipment, the safety equipment, so that you can start producing the honey. And this creek, Jerry, I got abusing to put on you tonight. We have to clean the creek. So guess what we're going to do? I just told the Minister of Agriculture 2 times every year. We will engage the community here, and you would work with us on cleaning the creek, ensuring the free flow of the creek. It is for your safety. And when is half year? How far are we from half of the year? I'm testing them, you know. Them men sailing behind me. So before the end of this month, we will do the first cleaning. And before Christmas, we can do the second cleaning. Then in 2025, time like now, we can do the first cleaning. But we can bring forward the second cleaning. Just before the last quarter, just around the last quarter, we will do the second cleaning. But that cleaning will be different. We can clean up the polls and give the PPP Civic the biggest majority it ever had in its history. So the second cleaning is 2025. It's creek cleaning and election cleaning. Weeding out. And we can do growing. I tell the Minister of Agriculture, I want the 3-year coconut, the Brazilian dwarf, which is the water coconut, to come in here. You see, they just tell me that the community want the 18-month coconut. Right? No, which is good too, right? Because the dry coconut got good value. So you have 500 of that. So I was niggling somebody next to me. Why you want this 18-month coconut? He said, here what happened. We want to grow this thing rapidly. I said, what do you mean? He said, less than 18 months to the election. So how this thing grow? Just so the PPP votes can grow. And if the clap is a representation of that growth, then I can see every single vote in the box next to the cup here in this community. And I can pay attention. So brothers and sisters, why it is important for you to grow the vote? Three and a half years ago, where was your presidential grant? Today, in the last 3 years, $6 million of presidential grant. In the investment fund, $10 million. From the supplementary budget, $2.5 million. And guess what? Under the last government, remember what they did to the LCDS? They kicked it out. We came back. In 3.5 years, we brought back the LCDS, and we have earned you in this community $18 million from the LCDS. That is the power of idea, the power of vision, the power of mastery of development. What they kicked out, we brought back in and delivered to you $18 million. 33. Sorry, man, 33. $33 million. There's almost $1 million per household. Under the LCDS alone, is $500,000 per household. Think about it. Under the LCDS alone, we spend $5 million in capital projects on the health. By tomorrow, you get in the internet. 14 youths are currently employed as CSOs. That is 14 youths who never had an employment in the last 5 years under them. That is 14 families joining the workforce. And let me say this on the health. Friday, come in front. This young lady, Dr. Ford. Friday, she will bringing in the health team. They will check every man, woman, and child. And any one of you who need dental service, they will give it to you right here in the community. They will check any one of you. They will do the eye care clinic. And any one of you who needs spectacles, they will do the prescription, go back, get the spectacle, and bring it back for you right here in the community. For women, they will ensure they do the cervical cancer screening right here in your community. And if there is anyone who needs cataract surgery, we will take you to the hospital. We will ensure you get the surgery. We will take care of you at the hospital, and we will bring you back home when you're finished. This Friday, they're going to embark on that. And let me tell you why it's important that you understand how important it is to elect governments that care about you. I'm going to talk about it because we care. 4 years ago, well, not 4, in 2015, they plucked from your children's pocket the Because We Care grant. Which one of you can be happy taken away from your children or grandchildren? I can't see one human being who will be happy to take away from your children and grandchildren. Tusha, you're not happy doing that, right? Can you imagine this government, the last government, the APNU AFC government, reached into your children's pocket and plucked out of their pocket the Because We Care grant that the People's Progressive Party said they give to them. That is banditry at the highest order. And how can you find joy in doing that? On the other hand, the People's Progressive Party civic came back into office. We reached into the treasury and we put back into the pockets of your children the Because We Care grant. And your 40 plus children in this community, as a result of this, your 40 plus children, divide 5 million by 40 by 10. Your 40 plus children, as a result of us putting back in their pocket, would have received $5 million to date under the Because We Care grant over the last 4 years. Let me break it down. That is an investment over the years of $125,000 for every single child. That is where the money goes. And we heard when we came into government and we did our outreaches that the schools did not have chalk. The teachers were asking parents to bring money to buy things, learning aid and material. You remember that? We said this must end. And what we did, we transferred directly to the school a grant so they can take their grant and buy the materials to help your children learn, whatever the school needs. To date, in the last 2 years, we have transferred $924,000 directly to your school to help them to buy these things. We also understand how the learning environment is important. That is why In this small community, we've invested $17 million in the construction of the sanitary block and trestle at the HM living quarters, the maintenance of the teachers' quarters, corrective maintenance of the Santa Mission Primary School, and in 2024, we are doing general maintenance at Santa Mission Primary, NSY class primary, $9.5 million we're spending there. And we're going to do rehabilitative work. We're going to do rehabilitative work at the primary school. And we know how important water is. That is why in 2024, we have budgeted money to drill a new well. Here, the contract has already been awarded to Kisoon Contracting Services for $19 million, and the works will commence within 2 weeks so that we can have your well here. Not only that, I've asked CWI to come into the communities and work with the community on extending the water supply to give the pipe network, and they are going to spend $10 million to extend the pipe network in the community. We have granted in this community 75 solar home system at a cost of more than $4.4 million. 75 solar home system. We have a 3 kilowatt solar PV system with batteries installed at the health post, $3.4 million. In old age pension, in your community alone, we have given back more than $36 million to our pensioners. In public assistance, in this community, we have given you $9.944 million, almost $10 million in public assistance to this small community. Persons living with disability, we have given you $3.4 million in this small community. And in the old age pension grant, we have given $1,585,000 to this community. Isn't this a government that cares? Whether you are the children of the community, the elders of the community, the youth of the community, and the middle age, we give to every single segment of the community. And let me say this now. Today, we will continue to give. You see here something that looks very simple, but we know how important it is to you. We have fertilizer, 50 bags, 50 bags limestone, 500 coconut plants, 200 citrus plants, 2 chainsaw, 2 brush cutter, a fogging machine, mist blower, the knapback sprayer, cutlasses, shovels, rake, hoe, insecticide, and we have 150 pack of the akushi ants bait. You didn't ask for this. We brought this because we know what your needs are in expanding agriculture in the community. In addition to this, we're going to do the honey project here. And we're going to teach you how to bottle that honey so that when the tourists come to visit, they must get that honey. Organic. We also want to engage the forestry sector to see how we can assist. And I was very unhappy to hear that things that we invested in were not maintained in the last government. So, we're going to give you a new 40 horsepower engine and a boat for the use of the community. I told the Tushao, let the boat be built right here. Whoever is the boat builders here, we'll get the engine because we want this to be done as fast as possible. All right? So, my dear friends, we are on a journey. In this journey, like any other journey, there are bumps, there are turns, but at the end of the day, it is how you navigate this journey. And if the bus driver is speeding or is drunk and driving, and all the passengers stay quiet, then all of you put your life at risk. If you see the boat captain going into the bush and you don't shout and stop him, then you're not helping to save your own life. In 2020, it is our collective shout as a nation that stop the APNU-AFC from stealing our vote and our country. It's our collective effort that stop the rigging of an election. Let that shout be even louder now if we want the development and progress to continue. But much more than the development and progress is the trust. How can you trust the same people who broke every single promise they made? The promise of expanding sugar, they shut the industry down. Giving higher prices for rice, they said rice is private business. Increasing the Because We Care grant, they took it away. Stealing an election, how can you trust? They can't even trust themselves. Right now they have a Congress and wholly accusing each other of who thieving and who ain't thieving. I just see the General Secretary resign because she said there is no accountability. If they can't even protect each other, how do they protect the country? That man is like pickpocket in Congress Place. We had a Congress. What did you see? You see the beauty of Guyana. Every region, every ethnicity represented. You see transparency and accountability. You see discipline. You see character. You see Michael Jackson too? Don't bother with the pandit there. But always remember, you have children, you have grandchildren. You have to trust who delivered to you. You have seen who delivered. You are all righteous people. You all have a conscience. Let your conscience be your guide. And once your conscience is your guide, I have no fear that you will do what is right. I thank you and God bless you.
Okay, at this time,
Okay. As I said to you, I also want to hear from you. So now you have the opportunity to ask any question. You also have the opportunity to share any ideas. and to tell us what is going good, what you want to be expanded, and you have that opportunity now. So the floor is all yours. Just go to this young old guy here.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. President. I feel so happy you come today. I feel like you're scared to be here. So, on behalf of me, I'd like to know that if you could help me to push a road from the Stand Hill there for come here, if you could use vehicle. Like if you just could assist me in the area for a push a road. So instead we're going through the creek, we produce wherever we plant, wherever we go wrong. Okay, it's hard to go through the river. And number two, we like we got a big generator because when we buy a 4-pound chicken, we got power by it. And before, so if we get freeze, if we get freezer now, yeah, but what's saying when you come from there, you're tired when you come in, you got power by your meat. If you get a big generator now, you help with the big generator. We didn't gotta do all that. We put it back in the freezer and things. Well, we got to come together and buy the fuel and, work out the system.
That's the problem. See? That's why we need the solar power. What we can do
Yeah.
to help you with the is we can have, because in these communities you have common area, we can look at getting 2 or 3 of the solar freezers and bring it in.
Nice,
Right?
nice.
But we'll look at it, but you have to think about these things too, right? Because the cost of the fuel, many communities, that is something that they have to look at, right? Okay.
Number 3, I went crossing the river, and the big ship was called bulk, the last $5 million. Only you got the word for say, well, if they could do bulk from Sand Hill, sink me with everything gone down and lose. You got it powerful, say, well, you got to refund back me thing. Because when I go in and make the report and tell me I got a license, all kind of thing. I don't know which book man got a license. You never tell me, but every guy got a license.
We lose.
I just make the report and the man going to ancient boat, everything inside.
Marcy, take his information.
Can't say. I can't really say. All right, Mr. President. I'm happy for everyone who come today. To give the full support. I feel so very good. I feel happy. I could sleep good tonight. Thanks very much.
Good day, Mr. President. Good day, ministers, all that honor this gathering here today in this building. As a man, I always think big. You know me, never say I dream big, but I dream big. But I dream big for 250 for all the residents here. You know something I want to ask for? Is for if the government could help you, don't build a housing scheme for you. If the government could help you like with a mold or V-joint plane, with the same thing my brother talk about the generator, you're not going to see shabby house. You're going to see unique house because we got the forests, we got the timbers at the back. Yeah. And a small miser just for help run through the wood. If the government could help you, that would be better housing for we. I mean, every parent would like to see a children in a nice house. Yeah. And a next project I would like to see is the same road thing, but coming from the pump side. You got just a 3-mile stretch where just a dam got dig and we could get a Land Rover for drive on. From pump, and we could find access. We ain't got a set of fuel to go wrong, so we could do it from this one side. Yeah. The next thing I would like to talk about is, as a man, when the president touched upon the land in there, 637, as the man who walked around this place. As the man, yeah. And my grandfather said this, I vote for PPP and I live it in my mind. Dead and gone, I live with that in my mind. My mother and my father said it. And Me tell me children and my grandchildren, I vote for PPP. If I want punish, I vote for somebody else. That's what my four parents tell me. And you know, we come in a little more high with it now. Anytime all 260 community could vote for PPP and they could get 5 more seats in parliament, they could alter the constitution and we could get a better Guyana. The constitution that block many things. I know it defends the president, but it block many success. If the money men could keep the money in the country, the big monsters, them, the big fish, Ghana would be a better place. So if you could get the constitution changed, I tell to my residents, let me vote for PPP body that we could get more seats in parliament and we could do better things with the best president in this country. You know something I admire about my president is when he was in housing, when the man win the election 2017, he was barred to go and pick up his little documents. He was barred. He couldn't go out, they had to bring it free. When he turned president, he allowed everybody to come in the place, pick up your belongings and roll. And that's a man with integrity. There's a man with dignity. There's a great man. God bless you, President. That's all I would like to say.
Yes. We do work for Guyana Fire Service and the police 4 months ago when they had a fire in here. And up to we can't get money. 4 months on pass. Yes.
Morning. Very excellent. Thanks from Minister of Agriculture and Mr. President. A job well done. I want to ask a very small little thing, and that's for the community's sake. Right now, I understand that we're in debt to the forestry for approximately over $2 million. And I'm asking Mr. President if you could erase that so that we can go debt-free as a new village council, a new Tushao, we go debt-free in that area. There's another little thing that,
Promise me that we won't do the same things that cause us to be in debt.
well, we have a new leader, a new council, which I think in myself, I'm going to peep a little more hard to what they're doing.
Right, Tushao? We will discuss with the council, and once we correct the ways that cause us the harm, then this government is ready and open to helping. Right? So we will support the community. We don't want any burden on the community. But we also want all of us to do what is right. All right? So we're going to work together to do what is right, and the rest we will take care of.
Understood. One more little thing. The demarcation of this boundary has been done under my tenure, right? I was the show at that time. And, you know, a little carelessness, I would say, caused the line to run over 2 creeks, right? And I was accused of many things, which God in heaven knows that I didn't do any underhand work or anything. It's just simply that, you know, I was so happy that this work was being done. And, you know, it's finished. And so I want to know if it could just alter a little, the boundary a little. I don't know how it can be done. So thank you.
All right. Good day, Mr. President. HM Santa Primary. I am so happy to hear that we are getting internet, but I'm wondering if the school itself going to get its own internet. That is one of our, please? Not far. Not, maybe like once.
25 feet, you should be okay. Because no sense we have the hub and we don't put it there. So I'll tell them to put it in such a way. Marcia, tell them. both the school and the house.
Yes, Miss. And another thing, we have started our school feeding program on the 19th of February. But on to now, we are having a problem getting our kitchen. Right at the present moment, I'm using the office to do the cooking. And we were told that it's supposed to be like a self-help within the community. We have talked to the village to the kitchen, for the kitchenette for the cooking to be done. We already did the plan.
Okay, so I'll get Jerry, the men on mission, the commander. Men on mission will come in. You have the wood here, and we'll help you to build the kitchen right here. It's what, a 20 by 20 kitchen you need?
We have to get a dining hall so that the children can eat
Yeah,
right in
the
there.
kitchen and a shed like this, basically. A shed and the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to work with you on
We
that.
already have a plan.
Okay, we're going to work with you on that.
Another thing, the fencing of the school compound. Yes, sir. The fencing of the school compound. We are really in need of it right now because time passed, we have some very valuable thing in the compound that we would like it to be fenced. We haven't heard anything about that. Right. No, that is not a part of the project. No.
Look at that.
And another thing.
For matter of fact, we'll get the fencing done, okay?
Thank you, sir. Another thing, computer for teachers and the office, sir. And we also would like to ask you for a boat and engine for the school. We don't have that.
But we're going to give one to the community, so we have to work with that one for now, right? Okay, you see, we have given a lot of stuff, and I'm giving you the kitchen and also the fence and everything. So we can look at that in the new year, but the community is getting one, and maybe we can see how we can support the children. Because I heard you have 2 engines too, right? But can they be repaired? So we're going to look to see how we can repair it. Where is the Coast Guard? Where is Shamsuddin? Let us look at the 2 engine and see if we can help them to repair the 2 engines so they can have that and one can go to the school and they can get a boat done, buy a boat. So look at the 2 engine for them. So, so Mr. Shamsuddin, who's in charge of the Coast Guard, will look at it for you. The 2 engine.
Yes, sir. So I just have 2 more to go, and then after outdoor play games for the children. I don't know if it could, like those play area for the nursery. And another thing, sports gear for our children in the school. All right, so I hope you get some. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Good day, Mr. President and the head table. Everybody, good day. Mr. President, my request to you as a young adult, our community have a lot of male. And I know of instance where 2 male try to get into GDF. However, they have tattoos on their body. I'm asking if there's a...
And the skill, all you need is the secondary school. How many are here?
Not in the building presently.
All right. I love the way you're representing things. Go to the phone number now.
Okay, and another suggestion I have is if there is something that can be placed in, I don't know, some representative for the young men. I look at young men because we have a lot of young men in the community. If there's some trade school that scholarship can be given to them to go learn a trade so that they can benefit not only themselves or...
So we had something in Region 3 already.
But we
all the young people here who want to be operators, technician, We will give them, the companies are looking for people now. We'll give them to do work study. We'll give them to go and learn to be operators, and they can get jobs at the same time.
Thank you so
Right?
much. But when
So-
these messages are going out, if it can be relayed to us early,
Yeah.
because our Wi-Fi
Jerry?
system here was very low, and
All
we
right,
didn't get
I
a
will
message
get
on time.
Jerry to get the chairman of the private sector who is looking for the people right now for his company.
All right,
The
thank
guy
you so much,
Komal.
Mr. President.
So Jerry, you coordinate that from the community.
Good day, Mr. President and everyone who are here. I'm a representative from the craft shop. I'm requesting, so far our craft shop is going good. And our roof, we need to repair our roof. The time is near up, and also our floor. Thank you, Mr. President.
Good. Good day, Mr. President. On behalf of sports, I would like to ask a request for floodlights for our grounds so that we can play night sports on our field. And also sports gears so we can play like bumper ball and table ball and football and stuff. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, I must say how grateful I am and how happy I am to hear all the promises that you have given unto us today. I am very happy and overwhelmed with, you talk about getting chicken moving from here to go out, right? We have a few small poultry farmers here, and I think our greatest need here is the plucking machine right now. That is what we want. I think we would like to see here, right? Because yeah, we have what I mean. We're small yet, right? But we still look potential of growing. Then we have our plan, right? And I think that is going to be very necessary for us because we'll be getting our markets. And another thing, I'm looking at, I heard a lot about the GROW, whatever the organization, GROW, I don't really know the full meaning of it, right? But I think it's like getting the dropouts from school to get a second chance. We have some young people in here that I think should try to get into that area, and if some help can be given to us. Straight into the army. I thought they
We train in many areas. All right?
Okay. Thank you very much, and I hope everything works well for us. Thank you.
Good day, Mr. President. Nice having you here today in the community and the promise you've made, and I know you will fulfill all the promises. But I would like to ask some few questions. But before I go into the questions, I'd like to thank the government for the speedy intervention into the wildfire we had in Santa Aratack community. Thank you very much. I also like to thank the police, the army, and most of all the firefighters that were in and out of the community day in, day out to fight the fire. I thank you very much for your speedy intervention. Also the CDC that plays an important part in having stops into the community to have maintained that group that went out along with the community people to fight the fire. So thank you very much for that. Pertaining to the LCDS program, thank you for that. Since 2023, we heard about the LCDS for Santa Aratack, which is two different communities. Santa is one, Aratack is one, /Aratack. Now we were to understand that 80 million for Santa, 50 million for Aratack. But whatever happened between 2023, 2024 on to date, we move forward to make our presentation with the Aratack group. We form a committee. We are about to make our final, to set our proposal to the Ministry of Armed Affairs. That's on the Aratack side. Lo and behold, on the 11th hour, that is yesterday afternoon, we only heard that the money will have to be merged in one. I want some clarity on that. Mr. President, I ask you because we already went through it, 2023, 2024, and now we have hiccups there again. And we already have hiccups since 2023 when we heard about that. So I'd like you to make that intervention for us.
So we have the Santa Aratack is one thing. There's $3 million. Now you guys have to sit down because you have one council and decide the split, right? What program you will approve for Aratack and what program for Santa, right?
So the same program we have for Aratack, we can use that right now.
We don't want to dictate that. You guys have to, the council have to sit down with the community and plan that, not us.
Okay.
And the residents will sit and decide on this, right? And let the ministry know.
Okay. That will be another hiccup again because that will take a while to go through. We already waited 2 years.
Remember, there's an accounting process. The money comes to the village decides how to spend, and that is how it is spent. So if tomorrow the council and the residents can agree on the program, that's all the ministry needs, the program.
Okay. Presidential grant. Over the years, Aratack have been receiving their own presidential grant, managing their own program and projects, supplying all the information that they need to the village council. And to date, we haven't received 2023, and we're still looking forward for 2024. There's some hiccups.
To shall say, the 2023 is in the bank, and that will be transferred. The council changed now, so they will ensure that it's transferred, right?
Okay. Sports. Over the years, Aratack, in my heydays as a sportsman in cricket, Aratack was the leading cricket ground in the riverine area. And over the years, money has been sent to the community to upgrade sporting facilities. Santa have been getting so many, and Aratack has been forgotten. I would like to use the office if you can help us in having the same facility, the same amount of money that Santa is getting, Aratack could have the same amount.
No. You can't do that to me. you can't do that to me. It's one community. Don't use me to divide the community. No, comrade, listen. You guys got to work together. I want the new council to work with y'all together. Y'all got to work. I can't do that. I'm not going to divide the community. You guys have to sit down together and work together. And the government will support what you want. I will never participate in dividing the community. You have one community, right?
Okay.
Let's work together.
Well, I hope we have some.
But I'll ask the Tushao and the council to also make sure that all the communities are looked at, right?
Okay, because over the years we have been neglected. Okay, thank you very much.
I must say a special blessed good afternoon to our President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, visiting team. I must say I'm very pleased to be a part of this gathering here, to listen for myself, to know that the President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and his team, Minister of Agriculture, could come and speak to us in such a very clear manner that everyone could understand. Even the little children understand more than me at present. And we speak about development in our country, in the world, global, and we have a lot of strategies we use to get empowerment to people. But Mr. President, I'm pleading today, I'm not a politician, but now I please inclusive. My brothers and my sisters, my fellow Guyanese, other political parties too, to be a part of the governing body. This opposition and preposition bring a lot of problems in our country up to today, where we cause discrimination. And I feel that kill the communities too. So I'm pleading to say, man, for years I go to school too, right? I'm at your age at present too. And let's delete Bokman, Black man, Coolie man in the country. If you could set in the constitution, because up to now, they say, hey, Bokman, what's going on there? They say, I want to boot you. Don't call me no Bokman. I'm a Guyanese. So if you could put in the ERC, the Ethnic Relation Commission, for represent we, as anyone as you who sit at the head table there too. Because we are all one people. We say that in our motto, one people, one nation, one destiny. They work. You see when you attack the other political party, the little children said it too. And it's happening, killing the system, education, everything.
So, we not one thing in life, right? And you must listen to.
Yeah.
There is the truth and there's facts. Every single citizen has a responsibility and a right to speak what are the facts and what is the truth. You heard how I end off? I said all we have to do is tell the truth and give the facts, and the conscience of the people will speak. You have a conscience. I have a responsibility. It's just, you're a just man?
No, I'm not. One religion I got love.
Yes, but just imagine if nobody took the word, if nobody spoke about love, if nobody spoke about injustice, if nobody spoke about illegality. Imagine, just imagine, if no one spoke about the attempt to rig and steal the elections, what would have happened? Let me tell you, I wouldn't have been sitting here. I would not have had the opportunity that the people give to me to serve them. Right? So it's important that the children and every generation understand the facts, the truth, and the conditions under which they exist. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, there's an overall view. I speak, right?
Yes.
Because I thank you for everything that I heard.
Good,
I have
thank
a
you.
conscious and a subconscious, because but I don't let my subconscious pull the reservoir too much, but I speak so that everyone could understand it. Thanks to the Honorable Minister. What excluded, we only focusing on crop growing. I heard that there is so large cattle rearing on the low coastal plain. We could do some here too, and I asked a request that let me do some breeding and beef production in this community too, so that we can be sustainable. We talk about sustainability, let me work it out and go forward. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm going to have to hold him.
Imagine if no one took the gospel.
Good afternoon.
Imagine if no one took the gospel. Go forth and spread the word, so that every man may come to know. You know the rest. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and Minister of Agriculture. I'm so happy today where I could get to speak to the President and the Agriculture Minister and whoever is here. I am from maybe the captain and Council say that I'm from the outskirts. And I'm just begging that if the Minister of Armed Affairs along with the President, I have 2 acres of land cut down, that if I could get some citrus to pull it up, because I cannot afford that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. President. It's a pleasure having you here. The last time when you came for the campaign and I took pictures with you, somebody was like, why you took picture with Ali? I said, I always land with winners. So this afternoon I want to say thank you for fencing our health posts. I want to say thank you for the Gold Scholarship because one of my kids is part of that. And one thing I would like to know is that my children live on the west side. They applied for house lot and nobody's telling them anything. Like 3 years ago.
They're in 2019 now. They're processing 2019, but give Dwayne, where's Dwayne? Go to the guy there with the blue shirt and give him the information so they can check on it.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Welcome. All right, our final presenter.
Oh my, Mr. President, good afternoon to you and our minister and everyone else. Like Yardley said that he was the first person you met at the landing when you come to campaign. You was the first woman you hugged at the corner, so if you can remember.
I always remember the first hug. The first hug must be tight.
Yes. Yes, Mr. President. Just want to ask you if I can meet you nowhere else, because since you come there, it's now you come back here. If you had come, let me say, listen, just listen.
No, I came back one time before this one.
No.
Yeah. I did not come
Santa.
to the depth of the community, but I did come. Trust me. I have photos to prove it.
If you had come the next year, these trees that you bring here, you would be getting fruits from them this time. Right? Yeah.
That the first 2 years, almost you couldn't go nowhere because of the COVID.
I know that, because I had it. Thanks for the vaccine. I just want to know if I could meet you anyway. So much thing I got to ask you. I got to ask the minister. I want trees, and I don't know if I can get any. That's what I want to know.
Well, the community, y'all got to work together on this, right? But come and speak to Marcia.
The girl at the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcia is the director of presidential affairs.
Okay.
She looks simple like a girl at the back.
Okay, so we can make a date, right?
Who? All right, man. Yeah, no problem.
Pleasant good day to you, President. I must welcome you to Santa
Just
Aratack.
before, though, Ramraj, Dwayne, Marcia, Jesse, Sarah, Sasha, Miss Smart, y'all stand up. All y'all stand up. And the Marine Affairs, Aditya. So these guys will go to the back now. And any issues, personal issues y'all have you want to raise, go directly to them. Right? All the personal issues go to them. So, good. So you guys can start moving with your personal issues.
Yes. So, I'm a CSO. I'm a part of ICT. I must tell you, appreciate the Wi-Fi that you will be putting up. For the past 2 years, the hub has been in process, and I've been using my personal data to do information for the school, the children, and residents. So thank you for the Wi-Fi. Also, I'm requesting fencing of the ICT hub compound and the sanitary block. Thank you.
All right, great. So now that we have finished here, all the residents, make use of this opportunity. If you have any issue that you want this team to follow up on, go and give it to them now, right? Okay, good. Thank you.